Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to uncover some amazing secrets. Avon wanted to ask Yu for help, but Yu didn't want to get involved. So Avon pretended to be a messenger of God to make Yu. She used her torn diary to return to childhood, hoping Yu notices her changes. As Avon read, her mind blurred, and upon waking, she found herself in her 7-year-old classroom. Avon casually drew a picture that said, "I want to kill the bullies," and the teacher looked at her in shock. Back in the cell, Yu saw the 2 scars on Avon's hand and excitedly declared it a miracle, vowing to help her. Since the diary was with the bald guy and the blonde, Avon pretended to submit before striking back. She pulled out a sharp toothbrush and lunged at them, and Yu quickly joined the fray. She fought hard to shield Avon from the approaching minions, and in that moment of crisis, Avon began to read the diary quick. The words danced before her eyes, and Avon instantly returned to age 13, ready to go on an adventure with her friends. She gave a sharp metal piece to the chubby boy to cut the ropes. When Kelly was accidentally knocked down by Tommy, he lit to set fire to the dog-filled bag. Avon urged Tommy not to do it, saying she'd end up in juvenile detention, leaving her sister and father forever. Tommy seemed conflicted. Tommy finally relented and freed Avon's dog. Unexpectedly, the chubby boy hit back due to prior threats. Thus Tommy met an unfortunate end, and Avon's life took a dramatic turn. When she awoke, her life was entirely different. She wasn't with Kelly, and the chubby boy was in a psych hospital for murder. To figure out how to correct her mistakes, Avon returned to the day she conversed with her father. The sudden change in little Avon made her father realize she was a time traveler, warning her not to screw with history or risk hurting herself and her mother. But Avon firmly believed she could find a solution, leading her father to prepare to deal with her directly. When she woke up, Avon was still on campus, and that night, she proactively sought out Kelly. Thomas' death devastated Kelly, who now works nights, talking to others. Avon didn't hold back and shared her altered lives with Kelly, who suddenly became agitated after hearing it. If Avon could do all this, why not stop the bomb from exploding? That mother and son wouldn't be in trouble. The chubby one won't go mad. Tommy won't die, nor will Kelly end up so. She's too agitated to hold back. Eventually, she left angrily, clearly moving Avon. She returned to her dorm to read the diary, determined to save the mother and son. As surroundings flickered, Avon returned to the scene, saw the mother and son nearing the mailbox, and rushed to stop them. Seeing the danger, Tommy also pounced at the mother and son, and in that instant, Avon was blunt. As the scene changed, Avon had again altered her life, but this time she lost her arms. Since that incident, Avon spent her remaining life in a wheelchair, while her friend, the chubby boy, ended up with Kelly. One explosion changed several lives, and Avon spoke privately with Kelly, wishing for her friends to find happiness, even if it meant she would be disabled. However, Avon couldn't accept the outcome of Kelly being with the chubby boy. Ultimately, to ensure their happiness, she chose to end her life, but Tommy saved her in the nick of time. Not wanting to see Avon give up, she took her to see her mother, only to find that Avon's mother was also gravely ill. After her son's disability, her mother smoked daily till lung cancer, leaving her haggard. Avon vowed to change her mother's life and needed to rely on the diary to return to the past to do so. Since losing her arms, she hadn't written in her diary again, so she asked the chubby boy to find her diary from before the act. She tried to start reading, and as the content began to shift, Avon returned to the moment she first started writing in the diary. She resolved to go to Kelly's house to destroy the detonator, but first needed to subdue Kelly's creepy father. She found a knife in the kitchen, was about to act when her outing mother saw her, making Avon snap to reality. She told the chubby boy it was too early and asked him to flip to the next page. He was puzzled but did as she. As Avon read again, she went to the basement and took out the detonator. Kelly's father quickly warned Avon against doing that, and Avon first scolded the neighbor before making her decision to destroy the detonator. However, just as she lit it, Kelly's father knocked the detonator away, but unfortunately, a clueless Kelly picked it up. With a loud explosion, Avon woke up in the hospital, having been locked up in a psychiatric hospital because of Kelly's death. She chose to alter Kelly's fate again, but the doctor said she had never kept a diary. It was all fantasy. The doctor mentioned Avon's father, and she suddenly fainted. The doctor then informed Avon's mother that Avon's brain had suffered irreparable damage, and she didn't have long to live, causing her mother to break down in tears. Avon overhearing this, entered, asked for old family videos, and showed eternal love. Late that night, Avon secretly slipped into the doctor's office, locked the door, and hid under the desk to write a note. If anyone finds this letter, it means the plan has failed. Maybe somehow she could return to the beginning.